Good afternoon, everybody. Happy Monday to you, September 8th, 2025. I got all your news for your rush hour ride home. Congratulations, you made it to Monday. And we don't have any, try to tell you guys, we got the wildest story today. We got a lot of singles. No home runs, just a couple, but some interesting stuff. Updates in the Laura Owens versus Clayton Echard trial. Actually, updates from Laura's old attorney as he's making threats towards the community. Is he going to try to sue us? It's an honest question to ask. I think you should always be prepared for it. Luckily, we've been growing our channel and absolutely thriving. So if that time comes, we'll, of course, activate our audience to make sure that we fight it. But yeah, I'll explain. I mean, you tell me. We'll read his blog. It's short. We'll read it, and you tell me what you think. And then we'll get into a couple other stories. Not much in the Blake Lively world. Some things on the docket. All scheduling stuff. But I'm telling you what, whenever you look out over the horizon and it looks nice and peaceful, there may be storms brewing ahead. So we'll have those updates as they come. But, I like to start with a good animal story once in a while. Here's from the Milwaukee County Zoo. I guess this was an elderly elephant. They needed a forklift to try to get him up. A geriatric elephant at the Milwaukee County Zoo needed assistance getting back on her feet after tripping on a log Tuesday morning. So there it is. Everyone's cheering for the elephant. Listen, I mean, if that's not any indication to get up out here, we're all complaining about our Mondays. We're not a geriatric elephant stuck in a zoo. Now, I don't know. Maybe the zoo rehabbed the elephant. I don't know about this specific instance, but I'm kind of sick of zoos pretending like they're... I know we got zoologists in the crowd or whatever, but I'm sick of zoos pretending that they're rehabbing elephants. Why is this elephant in captivity in the first place? Maybe there's a good reason, but either way, they're there to help Ruth up, cheering Ruth on, get her back on her feet. And boy, I got this from an audience member. I got two different messages this weekend about Bigfoot. One person told me, please, Dave, stop talking about Bigfoot, which, by the way, if you want me to stop talking about Bigfoot, the first thing you need to not do is tell me to stop talking about Bigfoot, because I'll make it my identity. You know what I mean? And then I got a message from another person in Georgia that says, come by. We have North Georgia's biggest family attraction, and it is called Expedition Bigfoot, the Sasquatch Museum. So I do think I'll be traveling through Georgia next month. I will report to you guys what I find from what I guess is the world's largest Bigfoot museum, 3,700 square feet of self-guided exhibits. So it looks like they've got permanent displays of footprints. Who knows what else is over there? Fascinating stuff indeed. Okay, I wanted to share, we got a lot of motivational stuff coming to you right now. We're going to get to the Laura Owens stuff in a minute. You're going to need to stick around for that. But I wanted to share this kind of story that came last night. If you didn't watch the Sunday night football game, the Bills made a miraculous comeback. They were down by 15 with only a few minutes left in the game. They scored quickly, I think recovered a fumble, and their kicker was actually hired this week. He was I think he's a math teacher in high school. And here is Josh Allen talking about because kickers, I'm not saying they're a dime a dozen. One gets injured, you got to call another one up. You got to be ready to go. You got to keep that foot loose, as it were. Kevin Bacon knows. Either way, here's the moment Josh Allen was introduced to Matt Prater, his new emergency kicker who kicked the game-winning field goal.
Honestly, I met him in the locker room 2 days ago. He showed me a video of his son playing quarterback. That's how we met. And today, before the game, he comes up to me, in the locker room. Before he even take the field, he just said, hey, I promise you I'm going to give you everything I got tonight.
And by the way, just so you guys understand, just so we can break down this cool moment, this may be the highlight of this guy's career as far like retired. He's back at height, working a job, probably didn't make too much money kicking. And yet here he is for a couple weeks, who knows how long, where he's got this second chance to be a professional athlete in the NFL. I mean, how cool is that? Here he is talking about going from a red-eye flight to a game-winning field goal.
You took the red-eye. You don't know all of your teammates' names. How did you pull this off?
It wasn't me. It was everybody. Offense setting it up, Reed and Brad with the snap and hold, they were money all day. So for me to come in, I just have to swing my leg, and they're doing everything else, the hard parts and blocking. And so I was just fortunate to have an opportunity just to be in that situation to kick it.
And massive celebration right after you did it. He came over, your coach came over. What did everybody say?
Oh, man, it's welcome to Buffalo, basically. It was incredible.
I mean, imagine, again, how many game-winning field goals do you, if you're a full-time kicker, do you get? So to be thrown in this moment just several days after finding out he would be strapping up the cleats for the Buffalo Bills, I mean, I find this wild. So here he is in the locker room. And by the way, there's TikToks of people going, he's my math teacher, he's my gym coach, whatever. All these different things. What a fun moment.
Playing for one another. And where's Matt Prater?
They all met this guy 2 days ago. He's the team favorite.
This guy's legs. First of all, he's almost as old as I am, right? And his legs are smaller than mine, right? But we are so proud to have you in Buffalo, man. On that kick right there, welcome to Buffalo, man.
Unbelievable stuff. So there it is. I mean, the guy was literally solving math problems, getting out the protractors for his class, and then all of a sudden, I need to know more about his story. Fantastic stuff. I don't know how serious the injury was to their full-time kicker, or if this will be short-term or not, but hey, get that game check. Go get that game check. All right, in other news, you guys know we are a Fyre Fest channel. We've been talking about Bigfoot and Fyre Fest. How about you combine the two? Maybe do Fyre Fest at North Georgia's largest Bigfoot expedition museum. Get ready, the luxury music festival disaster may be coming to the stage. Taika Waititi, Rita Ora, Matthew Weaver, and Hungry Man Productions have announced the development of Fyre Festival, the musical. I mean, all right. I'm all about it. Sometimes you can, Billy McFarland, will he become a producer on Broadway now? Hey, does he get a cameo? Can he play one of the disappointed influencers who ate a ham sandwich? Fascinating stuff. I think you can make a musical about anything, right? It's the power of musical theater. All right, well, coming up next, we're going to discuss this blog that just came out moments ago from Laura Owen's attorney, and we're just going to sort of break it down. And the big question is am I going to be facing more of the sort of passion project that Gingras has previously claimed he warned me he didn't want me to become. So again, I don't know, but I think it's important for us to share this. Yeah, sunlight is the greatest disinfectant. But first, a quick word from our sponsor. Excited to tell you about today's sponsor of the Rush Hour podcast. We're here in my car at the gas station, sponsored by Upside. It's a free app that gets you cashback rewards at gas stations, restaurants, not just gas, but sometimes the food that you're going to get in the gas station. Great for road trips. They give up to $1 million a week back in rewards to its users, $1 billion in total. This is how it works. You just type in your zip code and it'll show you all the different gas stations. I'm at an Exxon. 45 cents per gallon will come back to you as a reward. Not points or some loyalty program, cold hard cash back to you. It's a no-brainer. You're driving to work, commuting, rush hour, Timmy's going to football, Jill's going to dance. You're already spending the money on either gas or purchases in the gas station. Again, it all comes right back to you. And with my code RUSHHOUR, you're going to get 25 cents off per gallon on your first tank fill up that you do when you sign up for this app. Again, 25 cents off per gallon with my code RUSHHOUR. Let's get back to the show. Here it is, folks. Laura Owens versus Clayton Echard, and now the state of Arizona versus Laura Owens. You know me, I'll be a star witness come January when she will face the 7 felony charges she has against her. Up to 30 plus years in prison. Well, her attorney essentially rage quit, a couple of weeks ago, and deleted his Twitter, and everyone's like, good, finally, we can all move on with our lives. But wait, there's more. So he's back. Jingy is back, baby. Listen, I've got mixed feelings towards all of this. You don't want to give the guy too much attention because that's what he craves. Narcissists crave attention, right? So they can't remain silent. And quite literally, he's going to say, and as he said in the past, he can't stop responding to the trolls. None of Laura Owen's other attorneys or Clayton Echard's or Greg Gillespie, none of the other attorneys have commented publicly whatsoever regarding these cases, other than maybe a short statement here or there. So what is it? And I get it. I get that itch. Sometimes you got to walk away. I've battled with people online, and you realize it's only robbing me of my time. How much time has been wasted where the Justice for Clayton community has bought real estate in his head? Hours, days, weeks, months. Either way, let's just read it. We all have the right to remain silent, but should I? Oh, and by the way, I should say, if you're new to this, his client lied about being pregnant with twins. He, told me that if I continue to report on it the way that I am, I will be up against a $100 million lawsuit. He's at 80 to 120 million. He basically said, whatever Alex Jones was sued for, I could face the same things. Whatever Donald Trump was sued for, I could face the same things. These are the threats he made to me while he was representing his client. And again, was it ethical? No, absolutely not. It's a dirtbag thing to do because he was pretending to offer me help when in fact he's really not working for me. He's working for the person who we then exposed. So he may lose his law license. I think they're still investigating. I'm not entirely sure. He got a DUI. It's been a rough time for him. I actually empathize. I feel bad. I wish everyone could be the best version of themselves, and I do feel bad, but at the same time, I got to protect my family, my community, and all the people that his client has really effed with. And there are a bunch. Bunch. Laura Owens is still trying to extend a restraining order she has against one of her victims, an innocent man. 2 weeks ago, I left Arizona. My plan to enjoy some time visiting my mom in Florida for her birthday. On my way out of town, I deleted my Twitter account. It's been a tough year and a horrible summer. Turning off social media and getting away seemed like a good idea, and for the last couple of weeks, it was. But now I'm back and I'm struggling with this. Should I remain silent or spill the tea? I can see both sides of the argument. Imagine a lawyer talk about spilling tea. I love it. It's just like he's so consumed in this world that a lawyer should not be consumed in. But I'm all about it. I think he should speak as much as he wants to. Tell your truth. For one thing, I get tons of online hate from a certain group. When I don't talk, they have less to say. Don't feed the trolls. Life is better. On the other hand, I have a lot of things to say and admit it, at least some of it is interesting. In the back of my mind, I want to believe the truth, and the truth still matters to some folks, even if it's only a small percentage of you. Some people are going to talk anyway. Wouldn't it be better to include my version? Yes, I know the cult hates my version, but that's only an additional reason to share it. Well, let's share the objective truth, what's gone through the court system. Laura Owens lost her June 10th, 2024 evidentiary hearing. She filed an appeal. She lost that. She tried to go to the state Supreme Court, and they denied her. She's essentially hasn't gotten a hit since we got involved. She is 0 for a lot. And again, I don't know what side he has. You had the chance to defend your client. In most cases, you would think that the woman who claims to be pregnant would win. It would take an unbelievable amount of evidence, which we had, of her committing medical fraud. It would take an unbelievable amount of evidence to prove your client wrong. So I think he says, I don't know if I want to feed the trolls. And I just have to remind him that this is all of your own making. You came at these folks hard. These are folks that were seeking justice for Clayton Echard. You fucked with them. Now you're finding out. FAFO, new, acronym for you. Fuck around, find out. You found out what happens when you try to gaslight people. And they have the evidence that you're lying through your ass. So he says, what to do? Well, my thought would be not upload this blog, just move on. People will move on. You can move on with your life, do something else. For now, let's just say this. I'm mulling it over. I predict some interesting stuff will happen this week. Mind you, his predictions, not that good. Last year, he predicted that I would be homeless at this time with his client grazing horses on my property. Remember, he had threatened to make me homeless the week before my wife was giving birth to our first baby. You have to remember these things. So his predictions Not exactly. He predicted that Laura would win on appeal. He predicted all these things. But he says lies will be exposed. Well, where was that on June 10th, 2024? That's when you should have exposed lies. I mean, but sadly, and again, I'm not trying to dunk on him, sadly, the lies that were exposed were of his own clients. And he also lied, right? He lied to, he really lied to everybody. He lied to Mike Maricini, right?
She lied?
Didn't he tell Mike Maricini, look, I'm not going to call the cops on you? And then he did. So who is the liar?
She lied?
Gingras and his client provably have lied. We have the paper trail for it. So he says what to do. For now, let's just say this. He's mulling it over. Wrongs will begin to be righted. What does he mean when he say wrongs will begin to be righted? Will he be suing me for defamation? Will he be suing on behalf of Laura Owens, me, or others for emotional distress? I mean, honestly, we don't know, but we are prepared for it. We've had a couple of good years where we've made pretty good money. So we will, and not to mention, I think we have access to very fine lawyers that we will continue to win because we have the truth on our side. So do I talk about all this or do I shut up? Maybe next week the right choice will become clearer. Having said that, the bottom line is I still feel the same way. I'd like everyone to just move on. Seriously, but some wishes don't come true and some fights are unavoidable. The only question is whether you shut your mouth and let the trolls win or whether you attempt to cap a fire hose of lies with your own truth. What JFE guessed I was doing, tiling mom's porch and seething. And again, there it was, actually tiling his mom's porch. Hey, you did a good job there, David. Looks very nice. Very happy for you. Looks like your mom's got a nice house in Florida. They got a cat. Very nice, you know. And look, people are complicated, right? You can be a good guy. You can be a good son. You can be a good husband, father, but you can be a piece of shit employee or, you know, whatever. People are complicated. I'm not here to judge who he is as a man. That's for him and his sort of, you know, path to you know, for the people to see. I just think if the guy really wanted to move on, my advice that I would give him is block me, not that I've ever contacted him, block everybody, Justice for Clayton, just leave them all alone and just move on. And anytime anyone mentions it, treat it like sobriety. Again, maybe this is a bad example, but treat it like sobriety where you cannot have a sip of it. You cannot respond to one person over JFC. You're done. The check cashed, or maybe it didn't. From Laura, you have no obligation to cover it anymore. Just move on. Sure, you're going to have people that are going to troll you. Hey, that's the internet. That's the way it works. I have people that troll me from things from 10 years ago. It's really the emotional intelligence is what you decide to do as a reaction to all of that. It's going to exist. So my advice for free, I'm giving you free advice here, baby Chingy, it's just move on. Go move on. Go learn your lessons from whatever this provided you. My hope would be the lesson is that when, you know, if you are going to defend a client and they're just full of shit, just, you know, be careful how far you're willing to go to bat for somebody. But he might not be defending any clients anymore. Maybe he'll lose his license. Maybe he'll give it up. Who knows? My advice to Jingy, create a YouTube channel and find other court cases to talk about. You know, just be a commentator. Go do it, you know? I don't know what else to say. But we wish him all the best. And more to come on whether or not these sort of like vague thoughts of his will lead to any I don't know, lawsuits or things like that, because God knows we've been threatened. The threats no longer, they hold no weight. They hold no weight. But if he does come after anyone else who's, you know, sharing their First Amendment rights to criticize, then that'll just be so ironic as a lawyer who prides himself on the First Amendment. All right, well, coming up next, we've got Donald Trump. I know, there's a lot here, talking about how his policies are about to kick in. And when they do, the prices are coming down. This story next.